What's going on, Hood Nation? It's your DFX. We're checking out Insecurities. Please watch original full screen time. I'm blabbing. Evan show up. He's cool with the reactions. Also, we don't skip commercials in our end here. I'll edit it. No pressure. Just trying to set a good example. Put more money in their pockets. It's been a while since I watched comics, so I feel good
is caused by characteristics we have that make us feel
Hey,
ugly,
what's wrong with my gap?
undesirable, envious, and can heavily affect our self-esteem and confidence towards others. There are plenty of things to be insecure about, but not enough reasons to justify them, in my opinion.
Unless you
We
got really
simply
small
have
pee-pee,
things
then you
that
gotta
make us different from the average.
Oh my.
As someone who wasn't blessed with the blood of Adonis, I thought I'd share some of my insecurities, hopefully to give it less power over me and maybe give you the realization that it's not so bad feeling different. The first one is probably the obvious one. I am short. I've been short my entire life. And it wasn't until I was around 20 when I finally admitted to myself that my growth spurt would never come. I'm currently 5 feet 2 inches tall and have told people that I'm 5'3", with the mindset that I'm 5'2 and a half with shoes on, so I might as well round up an inch. The problem with that is it doesn't matter.
Yo. I'm 6'2", so I'm not mad. I mean, that's cool, dude. You know what? You're a smaller target. That's one thing I learned, especially in the army and everything, yo. They want smaller people because you can pull yourself up, you can climb stuff. You're a smaller target, easier to get around. Trust me. Oh man, it's a huge advantage being shorter. I guess like women are pretty shallow. Some women, a lot of women. Actually, they did a study, so that's the study. Belief science, right?
It doesn't matter in the eyes of taller people because to them, anyone under 5'5" is automatically rounded down to the nearest foot. So I guess to anyone who asks, I am now 5 feet tall. Being short has always affected my self-esteem. Pants didn't feel like they matched my proportions, and men's shoes are rarely in my size, so I never really enjoyed shopping for clothes.
No. Okay, you're 5'2", I get it, but you have to reverse it for me, man. Like, all the shirts and everything I buy and everything, like, the proportionate, my stomach will be hanging out, even if I buy an XL, or, like, my pants, it's like a flood. You know, you can get your different lengths and everything, but the proportion too. You're in proportionate for being too short. I'm in that proportionate for being a little bit too tall. I'm not gonna say I'm freaking humongous, but you know.
I never really enjoyed shopping for clothes. I had to accept that fashion designers had to cater to an average that I didn't fit into, which from a business perspective makes total sense. Yep. Back to the kids section I go. Sometimes people got first world struggles, and one of mine is finding clothes that fit.
First world problem.
I always found myself out of league with girls when it came to the dating game because there's the false notion that all hetero women want a man who's at least a whole story taller than them. I think their reasoning was that they found it cute when they have to travel a flight of stairs to give their boyfriend a kiss, but with most of my exes and my current partner being taller than me, let me remind you to stop dropping this, my short kings. That's right, there's hope for you. Yes, it may seem unfair that the one you're interested in has a taste for colossal titans, but you can't get mad at people for having a type. For every girl that said ew upon reading your height on Tinder, there's probably just as many that said the same after seeing your picture. That's right, fellas, it has nothing to do with height, you're probably just unattractive, and that's actually very normal. Sometimes it just be like that. I've always felt disadvantaged when it came to sports because 95% of them make it so taller people have, well, the upper hand.
True, basketball.
Not all short guys can be Hinata from Haikyuu. Sometimes we're just short with the appropriate level of hops.
You gotta give it up for that little black guy, Nate Robinson.
There are things I jump for every day that many of you simply reach for. Basketball was hard, volleyball was hard, and even though I liked track, it was hard seeing that some of my teammates literally needed half the strides I took to do a lap. But I still have fun with sports because there are definitely situations where being smaller has its moments.
That's right, boy.
I have a flat nose, and no amount of daily pinching from my mom was enough to change that. Glasses always felt a little awkward to wear because it doesn't fit nicely on my nose bridge. So I'm glad the daily 15-hour exposure to screen monitors hasn't ruined my eyesight yet.
I'm about to say,
I often had other kids call me pig-nosed while making oinking sounds, and while it felt condescending, at least it didn't extend past that and indicate an underlying appetite for human flesh. You know how much kids love bacon. On top of that, well, more like inside of that, there's my long nose hairs. Well, they're not draping out of my nostrils, but some do manage to peek out. I mean, as an adult, most people I interact with are taller than me, so they don't have the angle of exposure. But again, other kids like to point them out.
So everyone sees my nose hairs. I like my goatee,
though, I'm starting to feel like the root of most insecurities are just kids pointing out things about you that don't necessarily need to be brought up.
Hey, did you know you have long nose hairs?
You
Oh
know
shit,
that you
okay.
could die.
And? Is that attractive? Does it offend your religion? Are you envious of the fact that the air I inhale better filters out bacteria and lessens my risk from asthma?
Nice.
Well, in that case,
That's right.
thanks, I grow them myself. I've had deep eye bags
That's right.
ever since I was a kid, and it got no better through my years of school, and definitely worsened
about to
after
say.
discovering video games and getting my own laptop. People would always think I looked tired, and they were right. I was tired of people pointing out my big forehead, which is why my hair went from this to this.
Yes!
Because kids are observant assholes, but I eventually grew a liking to it anyway, so maybe I should be grateful to them.
Yeah, come back.
I also have really thin
Let's do
hair,
it.
and it's probably the reason why I don't cut my hair short anymore, because in doing so, looking at my head at certain angles make it appear as if I have bald spots. I already have eye bags making me feel old. I don't need
Or bro looking like a dying chia pet. Bro, you need keeps. You need keeps. Go to keeps.com. Actually, I'll give you a better idea. That Phenoxidil, see, I use it myself, you know what I'm saying? Because my hair kind of thin too. So, what you need to do is you go to Amazon, right? And get some Fixidel. It's like a drip, drop, drip. I'm pretty sure you put it right there and the pop a swirl in the back. See, that's when I started getting that. I was like, Now, as far as the rest of the patching goes, you need to buy a pill. It's like Minoxidil or something like that. I don't know. You just look it up. And that you can go to your doctor and probably get a better price.
simulated balding in my life right now. Not that there's anything wrong with being bald, I'm just in denial that I'm aging. I am definitely still in my 20s. 2020 never happened, therefore my 30th birthday never happened. I don't consider this one as bad, and I've actually grown to embrace them, but I have feminine fingernails. Or at least that's what people have pointed out. It was definitely just toxic masculinity that made me feel offended about it, but it doesn't bother me now. I am, however, still a little bothered about my knuckle hairs. Well, they're not really on my knuckles. What even is this part of the finger called?
The phalanges?
This part of the finger called?
Your finger.
The proximal phalanx. Yeah, what's the point of hairs specifically just there?
My bad. I didn't mean
Why not the
phalanges.
middle or distal phalanx? I'm not insecure about them, I just want answers.
Huh.
And finally, I
like
am
the hair there.
self-conscious
I always thought it was
about my perma-erect nipples. Am I allowed to talk about this? Is this
What?
flaggable?
Your nipples are always hard,
Any
Fire?
stalagmites in chat? They've been that way my whole life. It is why I
not
avoid
pierced or
white
anything?
t-shirts, because they're less visible with black and darker colored shirts.
I
And
got some
even
Hershey
then, with
Kisses
the right
going on,
lighting,
but
or
not
I
nipped
guess
out.
the wrong lighting, they cast shadows and reveal themselves, which has probably contributed to my bad posture in the attempts to hide them. If you ever invite me to the beach or a pool party, I'm either staying out of the water with my shirt on, or I'm always iceberged, while I envy the guys with pepperoni toppings. Daddy, look, there's narwhals in the water! Oh son, those aren't narwhals, it's just a short, balding pig. There's a lot about ourselves we can feel insecure about, but I believe it's because we feel singled out, as if being different is a negative. Or you're probably in some toxic relationships where you get gaslit on the daily, but the reality is that there's so many of us alike. We're just as good at hiding those insecurities from people who are insecure about the same things. Besides the tallest person on earth, everyone is short to someone else. Flat-nosed people probably less at risk of breaking them when face-planting. Hard-nippled people, my ice cream coners, my needle-nose pliers.
You got the MMA, the ones with like the banana beaks, the toucan beaks. They get bam right in the nose. Oh man, the warrior nose is straight up just that flat nose, man. Like some of them brothers out there, they got the perfect nose from MMA, man. You can't fuck with they noses. My brother got one of those because obviously, you know, I'm half black. He's totally got. I got my mom's nose. Freaking. Oh man, I would not want to get. It's kind of a button, but you get my point.
My needle nose pliers, my bugle buddies. Where you at? Hello, team?
I think you lost the audience.
Lag?
Lag. And Dominic is like a dream come true, I'm sure too. Oh, Psych to Go even commented on here. Cool. I like Psych to Go. My nipples, people used to call me Hershey Kisses because they literally look like Hershey Kisses. They're like fat and just big nipples. Like they're not nice little like flat. Like the only way mine look nice is if they get erected. Like then they look like normal. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys like my reaction to this and everything. You're enjoying Hood Nation stuff like that. Chance to do so to be floating up above me. Of course, you know I got some plays videos. I just get your feet wet, but you know, I ain't a cup of tea. Y'all go find it. It's out there. Believe it. This is Nidge from DFX.